We often strive for perfection. We polish our resumes, rehearse our speeches, and carefully curate our social media profiles. But what if perfection isn't the key to being liked? What if, instead, a small stumble, a forgotten word, a spilled coffee, a nervous laugh could make us more relatable, more human, and ultimately, more likable? This is the paradox at the heart of the Pratfall Effect. Coined by psychologist Elliot Aronson in the 1960s, the Pratfall Effect describes how competent individuals become more appealing when they make small mistakes. In one of his most famous experiments, Aronson recorded actors answering quiz questions. Some actors performed flawlessly. Others performed well but spilled coffee at the end of the interview. When participants were asked to rate the actors, the ones who made the small blunder were consistently rated as more likable. Why? Because perfection can be intimidating. It creates distance. But a minor mistake, especially from someone who's otherwise competent, adds warmth. It signals authenticity. It says, "I'm human, just like you." The Pratfall Effect doesn't mean we should aim to mess up. It's not about being careless or unprepared. It's about the power of vulnerability. When we allow others to see our imperfections, we invite connection. We become approachable. We become real. Think about your favorite celebrities, leaders, or public figures. Often, the ones we adore most are those who've shown us their flaws. Maybe they've shared a personal story of failure. Maybe they've laughed at themselves during an interview. Maybe they've admitted they don't have all the answers. These moments don't diminish their credibility, they enhance it. In contrast, those who present themselves as flawless can come across as cold or arrogant. Their perfection feels artificial. It lacks texture. It lacks humanity. The Pratfall Effect also explains why we're drawn to bloopers and behind-the-scenes footage. These glimpses into imperfection make characters and creators more relatable. They remind us that even the most polished performances are built on trial and error. In relationships, the effect is just as powerful. Imagine going on a first date with someone who seems perfect, perfect clothes, perfect job, perfect stories. You might be impressed, but you might also feel inadequate. Now imagine that same person accidentally drops their fork, blushes, and says, "Wow, I'm nervous." Suddenly, the dynamic shifts. You relax. You connect. You see them not as a flawless figure, but as a fellow human being. In the workplace, leaders who admit mistakes often earn more trust. They foster psychological safety. They show that it's okay to be imperfect, as long as we're learning. This kind of vulnerability can strengthen teams, boost morale, and encourage innovation. But there's a catch. The Pratfall Effect only works when the person is already perceived as competent. If someone is struggling or underperforming, a mistake might reinforce negative perceptions. That's why it's important to build credibility first, through skill, effort, and integrity. Once that foundation is in place, a small stumble can actually enhance your image. So how can we apply the Pratfall Effect in our own lives? First, embrace imperfection. Don't hide every flaw. Don't over-edit every sentence. Let people see the real you. Second, laugh at yourself. Humor is a powerful tool for connection. When you can joke about your own missteps, you show confidence and humility. Third, share your stories. Talk about the time you failed, the time you learned, the time you grew. These narratives build trust and empathy. And finally, resist the urge to overcompensate. Trying too hard to be perfect can backfire. It can make you seem distant or insincere. Instead, aim for excellence with a touch of humanity. The Pratfall Effect reminds us that likability isn't about being flawless, it's about being real. It's about showing up, doing your best, and being okay with the occasional stumble. Because in those moments of imperfection, we find connection. We find warmth. We find each other.